Welcome to the first official episode of the Meaningful Musings in Minecraft. Today we are going to work on the facade to the front entrance of our home base here. And we're going to start by doing the face of the wall here, and then we'll work on the floor. As you probably can tell, this is recorded after the vocals are recorded after the fact during editing. This is not my ideal way, but when I first recorded this whole thing and I got it into my editing software, it was going to end up being 40 minutes long. So I had to go back and edit some stuff, and in order to get it down below 15 minutes, which is where I wanted it to stay, especially this first episode. Believe me, these guys who do this, do these great videos online, they make it look so easy. So hopefully with some work, I will get better. So please bear with me. So I went with this Egyptian kind of theme. We're right here by the desert, and I thought it was fitting. A lot of sandstone. There's several different kinds of blocks with sandstone, but I thought this would look good. Well, a couple things I wanted to correct from last episode. I had said in my last episode that my wife supports me, but that really didn't sound. It's true, but out of context, doesn't sound quite right. I don't mean she, supports me and I sit around and play video games all day. What it does mean is that she is very supportive of me and of my hobbies. So I want to clarify that. And now working on the floor here. The floor goes out about 8 blocks. And in the middle area, only got 6 blocks for the stairs, but going to a total of 8 blocks. I mentioned on the last episode that I am a follower of Christ opposed to a Christian. I am a Christian, but there's definitely a distinction. You can be call yourself a Christian, be anything you want. Because the Bible doesn't define exactly what a Christian is. In fact, the word Christian, when it was used in the Bible, was actually used by non-Christians as a derogatory term, or a term to describe the Jesus followers, but it wasn't defined what they believe. But a disciple, or a follower, an actual follower of Christ, a disciple of Christ, is very narrowly defined. And ultimately, I want to be a follower of Christ, with that very, very narrowly defined definition. Alright, we'll work on the steps here now, I believe. Gotta extend this out here all the way. Like I said, it is a lot harder than I thought to talk and play the game at the same time. Like I said, hopefully that's something I get better. I would rather do the audio recording as we're doing it. Plus, I found that I'm not as fast at building as I thought I was. I did put out measuring blocks, kind of guidelines of where things go. As you saw, the little dirt blocks there. But even with that, I did not do it as quickly as I thought I would. And I didn't want you all to have to deal with the slowness. So a lot of things I cut out and I sped things up, and in order to get this down from 40 minutes down to below 15. And one of the things that the Bible talks about that narrowly defines a follower of Christ, Jesus was talking to his disciples. It was after during the Lord's Supper, or there at the Last Supper, I should say. He was talking to his disciples, and he told him, he says, It says in John 13:20, John 13:34 through 35. This is in the NLT version. It says, "So now I am giving you a new covenant. Love each other just as I have loved you. You should love each other. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples." So again, it's the way we love. And I'm not talking, I mean, this is a specific love. This isn't just all warm and fuzzy feelings. This is truly loving someone. And and loving people that you don't know is a hard thing to do. Loving God, somebody you haven't physically met, is a difficult thing to do, but it's what we're supposed to do. True love is difficult, and it's supposed to be. If it was easy, there wouldn't be much meaning into it. But the Bible says the way we love each other and love the world around us. I ran out of supplies right here. I had to go get more supplies. The way we love each other will show that we are followers of Christ. Because the world, the lost, don't truly know how to love. They can't, because the Bible says God is love, and without God, you can't have true love. It's one thing we're talking about in our church right now is loving each other, even loving those who are unlovable. Just in our eyes, sometimes it's unlovable. I had to stop there and go get more supplies. While I was out there, though, I saw in the distance a village, so that's something we will visit in a future episode. I'm putting on some trim here around the edge. This is all for looks here. There's really nothing functional about it. And a couple things in a couple future episodes that you can look forward to is, like I said, we're going to go check out that village and see if they have anything over there. See if maybe some of those villagers would have something to trade. There's also a cave inside the home base here, that I want to explore. I've been holding off so that you guys can do it with me. See if there's anything interesting in there. I want to work on the farm some more. I'd really like to at some point soon get a saddle or two, so that I can get a horse, so that I can get a mule, and some stuff like that. So we'll want to work on that sort of stuff. If there's anything you guys want to see, I'll be honest, I'm not the most creative person. Most of my ideas I get from other people, other YouTubers, whatever. This particular thing I didn't find someplace else, and maybe you're thinking, well, yeah, I can tell, but a lot of the ideas I get from other people. Look what we got here. All right. Finish up some touches here. And my son right now, he's 14 months. He's a little sick right now, a little ill. I had a pretty bad cold here a month or so ago, and I was kind enough to give that to my wife, and now I believe we have also given that to our son. So, I can see that I got those corners wrong. That's one thing about watching this in the video. You see things you won't necessarily see while you're doing the recording originally, and I'll have to fix those outside of the recording. Now we're just finishing up the sides here, making it look nice. Filling all this in. I'll have to fill in the other side too. Obviously you can do some of this however you want to your desire. Yeah, he's been sick, and I mean, in the past he's been a little under the weather, and you couldn't hardly tell it because he was still in the play and act just like any other time. But this week he has definitely shown that he does not feel well. He's not, a real cuddly child in general, but this week, and in fact yesterday, he came up. I was sitting on the couch, and he came up to me, and gestured for me to pick him up, and I did. And normally when he wants me to pick him up, he's got a toy in his hand or a little book. This time he didn't have anything. He just crawled up there, and he laid his head on my shoulder, which, like I said, he doesn't normally do. So obviously the poor little guy is not feeling well. We're going to get an appointment to get him into the doctor if it doesn't get any better today. I'm actually recording this at the wee hours of the morning. I'm going to try something new. For me, it's definitely new. I'm not normally a real morning person, but I always want to be. So I actually started this recording before 5 a.m. in the morning, but I did go to bed early, so that's my new thing I'm going to try out, and we'll see how it goes. I want to try to start going to bed earlier and getting up earlier. Right now, my job that I make my living from, my shift normally is 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. right in the middle of the day, and it's like the worst shift in the world. Because it takes up your whole day. You really can't get anything done before then if you get up at a normal time, and you really can't get anything done afterwards because you don't have much time or whatever. So I'm going to try this whole getting up, going to bed early and getting up earlier. One thing I think just make my day better. If I'm getting home at 7:30 or 8 and go to bed within an hour, and get up at 4 o'clock or so, then I have quite a few hours before I have to go to work and get things done and do some relaxing things too. And so we're gonna see how that works out. See how this looks. Oh, looks like I got a couple blocks off there. We're gonna fix that. In closing, as we wrap things up here, we'll take a look at our finished product here, but to do that, I just want to invite you guys to let me know, give me some constructive feedback here. If there's things I can do to improve, I'm open to that. But until next time, we'll take a look at everything here, and I want you guys to enjoy these videos, and anything I can do to make them better, please let me know. And voila, that's the back. We can make it look however you want. But we're going to wrap this up for this particular episode. And until next time, keep God first in everything you do. And we'll look forward to our very next episode.